Hi friends, welcome to Story Time on the Back Deck. I'm Lisa Spencer. This is my dog Lila, my friend Lizzie, and my friend Lucy. Do you know what all our names have in common? That's right, they start with L. Well, my job every day is a meteorologist. Have you heard that word? A meteorologist tells people about the weather, and specifically, I tell you about the weather on TV. So when I get a chance to read a weather book, it's very exciting, and I have a special one for you today. It's called The Storm, A Little Dog and Miss Kitty, the Tailless Cat, Adventure. Now, my girls, all being dogs, are going to really like this story. It is written, and all the pictures are drawn by the grandma. So let's get started.
It was summertime, and the days were hot and sunny. Little Dog and Miss Kitty played and played in the summer sun, running and jumping across soft green grass, lying down under the big oak tree and looking up at the blue sky and watching the soft, funny clouds drift by. Sometimes the clouds looked like rabbits or ships or faces. Then one day the clouds grew gray and the sun was hiding away. The clouds grew darker and darker. It got so dark, the day was almost as dark as night. The wind began to blow stronger and stronger through the trees. The big oak tree swayed back and forth, so Little Dog and Miss Kitty ran into the house to Grandma. The rain began to fall softly, and they could hear it hitting the roof and then down the gutters. They could see the rain coming down on the patio, down on the soft green grass, and down through the leaves of the big oak tree. Little Dog and Miss Kitty didn't like storms. Sometimes the cold air and the hot air began to fight, going around and around in the sky, causing a bad storm called a tornado. They didn't like the dark clouds. They wanted to play in the sun. They wanted to run on the soft green grass. The rain began to fall from the sky in large drops, harder and harder. Lightning flashed across the sky, and clouds began to crash together, making a rumbling and roaring sound. Sometimes it sounded like the storm was inside with them. Little Dog said, "I am scared," and began barking at the storm through the window. Miss Kitty said, "Me too," and hid under a table by the couch. Grandma could see how scared Little Dog and Miss Kitty were of the storm. So she stopped what she was doing and reached in the drawer and pulled out the flashlight. She set the flashlight close by just in case the lights went out. Then she found the soft blue blanket and picked up Miss Kitty. Gathering her knitting, she placed the soft blanket down half on her and the other half on the couch. Grandma called for Little Dog to join them on the couch, and they settled in. Grandma had Miss Kitty on her lap and Little Dog beside her, both having a piece of the soft blue blanket. Grandma began to knit and watch the news on the TV. Little Dog said to Miss Kitty, "I like sitting with Grandma." Miss Kitty agreed with a big purr while gently swatting at Grandma's knitting. The storm didn't seem so scary now. Miss Kitty moved to her favorite spot on the couch to sleep, leaving Little Dog alone on the blue blanket. Grandma continued to knit, and every once in a while she stroked Little Dog on the back. While Grandma sat with Miss Kitty and Little Dog, Grandpa gathered flashlights and lanterns for every room. It looks like this storm could make a tornado. Grandpa was making plans just in case the storm caused the power to go out. He put soft blankets and pillows in the bathroom. Then he came and picked up Miss Kitty's and Little Dog's bed and put them in the bathroom with bottles of water and a clean dish. Next, he picked up a radio and plenty of flashlights. Grandpa told Little Dog and Miss Kitty, "The storm is going to get worse and you must use your best listening ears. I know how scary it is, but you must listen to everything, Grandma, and I tell you." Lightning crashed and thunder roared, and the winds blew harder, and Little Dog and Miss Kitty snuggled up close to Grandma. Grandma picked up Miss Kitty and told Little Dog, "Come with us to the bathroom." Grandma explained to Little Dog and Miss Kitty that this is the safest place for all of us to be during the storm. There they snuggled down in their beds. Grandpa and Grandma sat next to them on the floor with the little radio playing softly. Grandpa rubbed Little Dog's head and said, "We will stay here till the storm passes over us. I know you're scared, but you must use your best listening ears until the storm is gone." They could hear the wind roaring and the thunder crashing. Then they could also hear the storm whistle blowing. The storm whistle only blows when the storm is very bad. Suddenly the thunder crashed and the wind roared and the lights went out. It was as if the wind blew them right out. Grandpa turned on the flashlight and the darkness turned into a soft white light. At first, Little Dog and Miss Kitty were really scared. Little Dog said, "I don't like this storm." Miss Kitty agreed and curled up closer to Grandma. The storm whistle stopped, but the wind still roared and the thunder still clapped. Grandma said to Little Dog and Miss Kitty, "The storm will pass soon, and then the sun will shine and you can go back out and play." Then Grandpa said, "Would you like to see a show?" He showed them how to make shadow puppets on the wall. First he made a bird, then a rabbit. Little Dog forgot to be so scared and said, "Make a dog like me." Miss Kitty said, "No, make a cat like me." The thunder began to get softer, but the rain kept falling from the sky in large drops. The lights popped back on with a flash, and Little Dog barked and jumped. He was so happy. Grandma told them, "When you are no longer scared, you should go play something inside." Little Dog and Miss Kitty were ready to play, and they were ready to leave the bathroom. They decided to play hide and seek. Miss Kitty loves hide and seek. The rest of the evening, they took turns playing hide and seek, hiding under the table, the beds, the chairs, and in the pantry. Little Dog and Miss Kitty laughed and laughed, forgetting all about the storm outside. They forgot that they'd been scared at all. Before long, Grandma called them for supper and said, "Look, the storm is over." They were tired and hungry after their storm adventure. After supper, Little Dog and Miss Kitty were so tired they fell asleep quickly, snuggling up close to each other. In the morning, all the dark clouds were gone. They looked out the window and could see the sun was shining. Everything looked brighter and cleaner than before the dark clouds had come. Little Dog and Miss Kitty gobbled down their breakfast, then asked Grandma, "Can we go out and play?" Grandma said, "Of course you can." She knew Little Dog wanted to run and splash in the puddles. The storm was gone, leaving behind some of the best puddles they'd ever seen. They laughed and played outside until it was time to come in for supper and get ready for bed. Little Dog and Miss Kitty snuggled down in their soft, warm bed, thinking of the wonderful day they had had together. Little Dog told Miss Kitty, "I'm sure glad we're friends." Miss Kitty purred, "Me too." Little Dog said, "Do you remember the day we met?" "Oh, yes," said Miss Kitty. Now that was a real adventure.
So how did you like the story, friends? I really liked this story. How about you, Lucy and Litzy and Lila? I think it was very relaxing for them. Well, I like this story, of course, because it's about weather, but also because it teaches us something about storms. And you could hear that Little Dog and Miss Kitty learn that they needed to be calm and really good listeners when we have really nasty thunderstorms. They also learned where to go. So you're going to go to the lowest level in your house, and a lot of times the bathroom or the closet is the best place to go. They can take pillows and blankets with them, and you can do that as well. Well, I hope you not only enjoyed our little story, but also learned a little something. Please join us again for Story Time on the Back Porch.